What the heck? Get down from there, piece of shit. There we go. Much better, isn't it, huh? Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be doing something fairly new here. And that is we're going to be recreating impressive Jenga creations that I found online. Consider this sort of a recreation of my solo Jenga series. For those of you who don't know, for whatever reason, I had this short-lived series where I would essentially play a game of Jenga by myself. The whole concept of Jenga is kind of thrown out the window by that point, but I had this brief series where I would just play Jenga on my own and just talk while I did it. I saw that series as kind of mundane, boring, and really having nothing to offer aside from the occasional commentary. So I decided to change things up a little bit, and I came up with the idea of this video as I was just laying in bed one night thinking, what could I do with that Jenga series? Because I didn't want to just totally leave it behind. I wanted to continue it in some form or another without totally abandoning it. Here we are. I have this little area for me to build on top of. This is essentially just a cardboard box. So if you press down hard enough, you will see it starts to cave a little bit. But the weight of the Jenga shouldn't really be too heavy to the point where it starts to cave. So overall, we should have a pretty nice, flat, solid surface to build upon. So let's get started. The first creation that I'm going to be building here is a Jenga Aztec Mayan pyramid. Now, it should be worth mentioning that in each video, I'm going to be only building from 3 to 6 creations at once. So a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 6. And chances are my projects are going to be likely scaled down compared to what you see in the pictures here because of the amount of Jenga blocks I have. Bear that in mind going forward. So I have to admit, I had one take of this video going already, so I have an idea of how I'm going to build this, but I'm going to just rebuild it anyway for the fun of it and just to show you the idea I came up with. So it looks like there they use kind of like 9, like a 3x3 of, a series of 3 Jengas in series, so like this kind of thing. But I'm going to be only using 4. And of course, I'm going to be alternating the pattern so that it looks better as I build up. So let's see what happens. I've just been crisscrossing for a couple of minutes and it's already beginning to hurt. It's not a very ergonomical position, is it? Why the hell do they have you sit like that in schools then? Classrooms. Remember kindergarten? You'd be on the floor sitting like this on those spotted carpets. At least that's what I experienced. All right, there we go. We're done. Let me just show you what I have made here. Look at that. See, I had to improvise a little bit due to the limited block amount I had, but still, at least I was able to work with it. And I got a chin gut going there. I angled down slightly. It doesn't look like I have a jawline anymore, but I look up a little bit. You could still somewhat see it. But that's the first creation. Let's move on to the next. Because this is just the first episode of this series and it's still experimental at this point, kind of like a work in progress, I'm of course only going to be building the minimum 3 projects. Now we move on to our second one. This is called the Jenga Stairway to Heaven. This already looks like a nightmare to build, but let's attempt it nonetheless. I don't believe I have this many blocks, but I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll have to figure out if I do. So, let's try it. God, this is so flimsy. It seems like it's so close to falling over, but thankfully I have the right amount of blocks to continue this. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I think, yeah, okay. So if I add any more, then this half right here is just gonna collapse. But this is what I have made. Let me just show you. I still got some blocks to spare, but let me just show you what I have. Look at that. Looks pretty nice, I should say. The whole time it was just kind of quite precarious. You know, I was always just thinking that at some point this is just going to crumble in front of my eyes and I'm going to be all sad and, you know, have to start all over. It's really uncomfortable sitting in that position, for the record. So now let's move on to our last creation. The best part about making your own Jenga creations is that you can basically just Godzilla it whenever you wish to. So, boosh! That was not even half as good as I expected. These are some impressive builds, I have to say. I don't usually play with my Jengas all that often, but this video series could give me a new purpose in doing so. I'm very happy about it. Okay, I've built a structure like this in the past, the round Jenga castle tower. As I said, I don't believe I'm going to have enough blocks to recreate this in its full form, but I will try my best. You best know that. I will try my best to recreate this. So, let's get started. And this is about 6 sides, so about 18 blocks per layer. Yes, we have to do math, believe it or not, when it comes to architecture. We haven't run into too many problems so far, so that's good at least. I can already feel myself sweating. It's like a workout or something. Squeeze this in here and we're golden. All right, that's the first layer. It's one of those images. I just looked at the image right at first and I was like, it's not going to be too complex. Then you look at it again and it's like, wow, okay. Didn't notice that part of the build. Yeah. Like, how do you have this many Jenga blocks? Like, do you like buy 2 boxes worth of these? Or do you just buying a deluxe version of this that I don't have access to yet? Holy crap. Get that support going at the top. It seems like this is about as much as I can build up to, so. Alright, well, we just got 1 block left, if I'm not mistaken. 2 blocks left, actually, so it seems as though this is all we could have built so far. Let me actually lay these blocks up on their spines. There we go. Well, that's as much as we could do, or as I could do. I feel like what would have made this a little bit better was if this base layer right here, I mean, it still looks good, but if this base layer right here was actually set, if I set the blocks on their spine, it could add a bit more height to it. But still looks fine the way it is. Here's a close-up shot of it. And here you go. So when you have limitations, you're going to be forced to improvise quite a bit, and that was likely quite apparent through this video. So nonetheless, I do hope you enjoyed this new style of video. Like I said, this is only like the pilot episode, more or less, so this is quite experimental. Let me know what you think about it and if I should continue this at all. I have some other projects that I took screenshots of. The website I got these images from, these projects from, is going to be linked in the description, so if you want to check it out yourself, feel free. And yeah, hope you enjoy. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.